So now we're gonna start our clearancing for the new wheels and tires. So on the back here, we're actually gonna be cutting this little section of frame off. So this is where an area where the tire intersects, which is not good. So we're gonna have to clearance that. And then we have some RSG mounts are gonna go in there. These are gonna be weld-in mounts to kind of seal that area off. And then Mickey's drawing a tape line here for the front where we're gonna be cutting.
Okay, so here we have the RSG plate. This has a really thick coating on it and the weld is not gonna go through that. So I gotta take all the coating off where I'm gonna be welding, which is gonna be in the outside areas of it. And after that, we'll go back to the truck, we'll start welding.
Oh, you must really be trying to hook Timmy up. I've never seen Rick use a tape measure before.
Ah, see? I'm a good boy. All right, so we ended up cutting this, grinding it down, and I'm gonna be using a Lincoln Electric Power Make 210 MP to do the make welding for this. Okay, so this is PVE, which we use a lot of the times here right before we start welding. And what this is a coat of primer that will set on the areas that you can no longer access after you get done welding a plate like ourselves, like we're gonna be doing right now. So I'm gonna be throwing primer in this area right now. And then after that, we'll weld our plate and then we'll throw a little bit of primer over it. And we know that it's gonna be completely covered and protected from the atmosphere. Okay, so I have the around the mount, and then I have the back of the plate primer, and it's time to start welding. Ooh, that hurt.
To go along with what Ricky did back here, essentially we have to cut this corner of the bumper off, and we're gonna cut at the base of our tape line here. And then we'll take a straight line and go straight across and remove this as well. Because if the tire is hitting here, there's a good chance it's probably gonna hit in here as well. We'll start by getting this cut and then we'll figure this out later. Alright, so now find a way to secure this because we don't want this flopping around while he drives. Put another fastener in there, and you can see, like, from this side I left it kind of long down here. As you can see, the washer bottles right here. So instead of that taking all the hits from rocks and debris, would rather hit this liner. So I left it just long enough to cover the bottle, but we may end up having to remove some of that. We may even have to remove the bottle, I don't know. I cut plastics. A lot of times I like to use a deburring tool just to knock off the extra slag that happens when you essentially you cut plastic, you're burning it, and it creates these like balled up melted mess of plastic. Metal deburring tool actually works really good on plastic to clean it up. I feel like that's a good starting point. You may have to go a little bit higher, but I feel pretty good about where it is off of the research I've done. After running the deburring tool over it, just ran a little file over everything. Made sure everything was nice and straight and square, and it looks good. So we got a nice clean cut here, and it should allow the clearance we need for those big 35s.
Damn, are those wheels? Damn, Anthony, what do you got there?
Some new neon wheels for my neon.
For your Dodge Neon?
Yeah. Anyway, whoa! I'm just kidding. Whoa, 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 whoa!
Easy, Will.
He's LeBron James dribbling this thing. It's LeBron James. We have our Black Rhino Convoy wheels, and we have our Wild Peak All-Terrains by Falcon. And this is gonna freaking lift this thing up quite a bit. And these are all-terrain, so this is gonna be a road and off-road use. Ooh, it's gonna be good.
Are you talking to me? Who are you talking to?
Huh?
Who are you talking to over here, Ricky? Talking to Ricky.
Dude, whenever Ricky's in the room.
Looking at me again?
Yeah, whenever you're in the room, my eyes are tracking you.
He always does.
Is he?
He's always looking at me.
Talk to the audience, Will.
I keep thinking you're gonna like say something, chime in. Stop moving, you're distracted. Like you're catching my eye every time you move around. Where's my hat? Why do I look like a goofball? So here we have the Black Rhino Convoys in Gator Green. They are 17 by 8.5, and they are wrapped in the Falcon Wild Peak 8Ts, 35 overall diameter. These are made specifically for this 4Runner. Now it's time to see what they look like on there.
Damn, Will.
Huh?
Hercules, Hercules.
Oh, Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. You don't have lug nuts.
I got no nuts.
Where are my lug nuts? I thought you had lug nuts, Vic. 3 out of 4 chances for me to pull out my back. Oh, jeez. A little overzealous. Uh-oh. It's my turn. It's kind of dark over here, Vic. There it is. Woo!
Good job, Will.
That sucks, because I'm putting these lug nuts in my kangaroo pocket, and as I lift this tire, it's like digging those things into my pelvis. A lot of breath there, right? These are actually some pretty cool truck rims. Truck wheels. Cut that last part out.
Nope. Will always calls them rims, dude.
I'm not the only one who calls them rims.
Yeah, do you know who else does? Dan.
Old guys!
Dan Cohen.
Dan Cohen. Who's Dan Cohen? Sounds like a news anchor.
Our fish guy?
Isn't there a Dan Cohen that's a news guy?
Probably.
Dan Cohen. I feel like I've heard that before.
I don't think it's an uncommon name. We got the old man sweeping up the barber shop.
I can't see, so I'm hoping it's good.
That's clearing.
All clear, got about a 1/2 inch of clearance in the back, a bunch up front.